Hey, good evening, Sam McEwen here. Looks like we're having a little bit of a delay time, a problem time. I don't know if it's a Facebook problem or if it's my problem. I don't really know. I would like to announce tonight that you'll see scrolling across the bottom, and then you'll see in the chat box, you'll see a link to a podcast we have launched. I did the intro to that a while ago, and it will be changing up a little bit. We have decided to move on. We're going to call it, our new podcast will be called Faith, Facts, Fiction, and Fun. And I'll just give you a little bit of preview here tonight that may encourage you to go look. The next podcast that will come out, we'll be talking about daily routine, my daily routine, how that can translate into success for you and how it has translated into success for me. So my whole goal here is to bring you a little bit of faith, whatever your faith basis may be, some facts, some fiction. Maybe we'll debunk some fiction and to just have fun with it, because you know what? There's so much out there that is, totally garbage and uninspiring, and I hope to not be that way. So I do have something I want to look. I have to grab my paperwork here because I printed some stuff off today that was really kind of, nope, that's not it. You got it here somewhere. Yeah, I'm just making a mess over here. My wife's going to have a cow when she sees all this paper all over the place. She really doesn't like paper all over the place. I can tell you that right now. I kind of sort of have a mess here. But here's just some things that you really want to think about with what's going on in society and today, with all of the craziness that is out there in the world and all of the just meanness and nastiness. We do not have to be mean to each other. We don't have to be nasty to each other. We just have to learn to get along. So one of the things that's going around, especially here in Florida, Governor DeSantis, who I believe is one of the best governors out there, has talked about critical race theory. I'm just going to hit on this real quick. I want to give you a couple of facts surrounding the beginnings and the basis of critical race theory. It was an academic movement of civil rights scholars and activists in the United States to critically examine the law as it intersects with issues of race and to challenge mainstream liberal approaches to racial justice. Mid-70s, somewhere thereabouts, is when it started. That's when there's a whole bunch of scholars here and stuff like that. If I remember correctly, it was Harvard Law and up, all those folks up there who think they know better than the rest of us. And I'll tell you what, a Harvard Law degree and an MBA will actually, maybe the paper will buy you a cup of coffee, but not Starbucks, because that's too expensive. The fact of the matter is what you do with all that stuff after you have earned it is what will earn you the money, not the actual degree. And there's a lot of MBAs out there who are not working in the business field. And quite frankly, most of what they're teaching in business schools today is ancient, archaic, and not relevant for today, and is not going to serve you well. So there are two common things in critical race theory that you have to understand, and this is the way it's taught. This is what people are upset about. Two common things. One, first, that white supremacy with its societal or structural racism exists and maintains power through the law. And second, that transforming the relationship between law and racial power and also achieving racial emancipation and anti-subordination more broadly is possible. So, folks, critical race theory is in and of itself racist. Okay. So, and we'll get into that later. I don't want to get too heavy tonight. I just want to have a little bit of fun tonight, because I'll tell you what, this country is going down a path that a lot of people don't like, a lot of people are unhappy with, and it's not just conservatives, it's not liberals, it's everybody. I can tell you, if you are happy with the way things are right now, with the inflation out of control, with gas prices where they're at, with grocery prices where they're at. I've been to the grocery store lately. Oh my goodness gracious, come on. Okay. So if you're happy with that, I'm happy for you. But if you're nuts, okay. So anyway, I am a ultimate performance specialist. I coach folks in the areas of personal finance, business finance, leadership, and communication. Hey, Mary Brown, how you doing up there in Ohio? Good to see you on tonight. Good friend and a person who has supported me through my health struggles and sent me some really good information. Miss Mary Brown, she is up there, went to school with her. She is up there in Ohio as we speak. So, it is, it's always good to have friends. Doesn't matter where they are, what they, when you start to go through struggles and trials and tribulations, the good friends, the people who will support you, who will pray for you, who will be there for you, they come out of the woodwork. And the friends who are, kind of like fair weather and you think they've been around and will be around and stuff like that, they crawl back into the woodwork, right? Kind of like termites. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. Anyway, so it is always good to know that Miss Mary Brown is in my corner, and I appreciate her so very much. Now, where was I? I don't even remember where I was. It's going to be one of those nights. I can see that. So, but like I said, we want to have a little bit of fun. Sometimes I am like that. I'll tell you what. Here's just some funny stories. So, when I am in the pulpit, when I preach and everything, I have to have notes, because if I don't have notes, I'll make a mess of it. I'll make a big mess of it. And so when your notes get out of order, and mine are totally out of order. When I picked them up, I dropped them in and they're not in order. So I have no idea where I'm going with this. And so I would ask you to forgive me, but there's no sense in that. Oh, I was talking about being a coach. And I do that. And I help people get their finances back on track, get their business life back on track. And I'm telling you what, there's a ton of people out there right now who really, truly, honestly need help with their businesses. And I'm telling you, support local, buy local as often as you can. If you have to pay just a little bit extra to buy local and to support your local business, please do it. Please do it. These folks are suffering. They're struggling. The big chain restaurants, they're going to be around. They just are. Okay. The mom and pops, the franchise owner that has one or two stores, and that's all he's ever going to have. Some of the smaller franchise groups here in town, support them, support the owners. And just, they've been there for you, support the guy who's going to sponsor a little league baseball team, support the guy who's going to help with food drives and help with things like that, help with giving back to the community. I'll tell you what, if you've got businesses that, number one, don't belong to your local chamber of commerce, and number two, don't give back to the community, go somewhere else, and sometimes you'd be surprised who those businesses are here in Oldsmar. And most people will tell you that I am not a big fan of Wally World. Not a big fan of Walmart. However, our local Walmart in Oldsmar is a huge supporter of Operation Pop Drop, which is a huge give back to the community, give back to the feeding the homeless and clothing the homeless and helping folks. And our Walmart, a local Walmart, just went under, has a new manager in there, and she has come on board. The previous manager was just phenomenal, supported our local Chamber of Commerce, supported Operation Pop Drop. And so I would say support them. We do have some mom and pops who sell some of the same stuff, but they don't belong to chambers of commerce. They don't support, and they whine and moan and groan when people don't support them, but they don't get involved in the community. They wouldn't sponsor a sports team. They wouldn't even put a donation box for Operation Pop Drop in their place and support what Operation Pop Drop is. And that is Sharon Edwards with Platinum International, ink and toner cartridges. I mean, she just does a phenomenal job. 11% of their profit goes to feeding the homeless. And I'm telling you what, just a phenomenal group of people over there. So support your local businesses. All right. And to that end, I want to give a shout out to a couple of local businesses here in the area. We just had our annual awards banquet at the Upper Tampa Bay Regional Chamber of Commerce, and congratulations go out to some of our businesses. Let me see if I can remember it, because it's in my notes, but somewhere it's in the middle of the page. And so our small business of the year for the Upper Tampa Bay Regional Chamber of Commerce was Comfort All Stars. They are a heating, air conditioning, and handyman outfit in Oldsmar area. Jack and Sabrina Westenberger over there at Comfort All Stars on Tampa Road. Hillsborough Road, I think, is where it turns into. I'm not sure where it changes names like several times. So anyway, But go see them. They will treat you right. They will be honest with you. They will give you a fair estimate, and they will come within the range of the estimate. Just great people over there. Excuse me. They were our small business of the year. We had several businesses that were deserving, and it was a tough decision for our judges and for our folks who made those decisions. So we had Doris Mueller at Edward Jones. We had Quinn Trujillo, a local, and I think I just messed up her name. Anyway, local real estate realtor. And then Dory Daniels with Your CBD Store in Oldsmar. I'm going to miss somebody. I always do. I'm going to get in trouble. I'll think about it. It'll come back to me. It always does. And then Medium Business of the Year was Jason Nastasi at Express Oil and Tire Engineers on Tampa Road in Oldsmar. They do an awesome job over there. They take care of the community. They are involved in the Pediatric Cancer Foundation. They are involved with our holiday sharing fund. We will probably be changing the name on that because it's not just at the holidays, but they are involved with Habitat for Humanity whenever there is a house that is opened up for folks who have qualified. And I found out a lot about Habitat for Humanity. These folks just don't get that house for free. Okay. They don't. They have to earn it. They have so many hours of community service they have to put in. They have a ton of sweat equity, and it's not given to them. They have a mortgage. Is very low or no interest rate, but they have a mortgage and they have to prove that they're going to be financially able to pay it. And but anyway, if there's kids involved, then we take our bicycles out to the children and they all get a bicycle. It's kind of funny. The kids get more excited about the bikes than they do the house. So anyway, it's just something that we do. And we've had some great organizations get behind us, and Jason and his group over there at Express Oil and Tire Engineers is one of the groups that does that. So if you're in the Oldsmar area, make sure you patronize them. They do an awesome job. Then our large business of the year was Discovery Village and Aston Gardens. They are a memory care facility and senior facility. Just do a great job over there. They have some really nice apartments for folks. Just a really good group of people over there. They really try to keep their seniors in touch with things and through the pandemic, and they just do a great job and well deserving to all of these. And our one of our Citizens of the Year was Thomas King, who's at Florida Firearms Academy. Thomas is he really does a lot. He is involved, I believe, in the holiday sharing fund also, and he just does a ton for the community, mainly for veterans and law enforcement. He truly supports the blue, and well, here it's green, but most of the sheriff's departments wear green uniforms and have green and gold lettering on their car, but you know what I'm getting at there. So just some great businesses here in the upper Tampa Bay area. We have an awesome Chamber of Commerce. They do a lot of work, do a lot of good work in the community. And I would strongly encourage you to, if you are a business in this area, you should be involved. Reach out to me. Let me know. I can get you an application. I can talk to you about it. I can tell you why you should belong. And there is a link in the comments. There's a link to the podcast, and there is a link to my calendar. If you want to jump on a 30-minute call with me to talk about the chamber, you want to jump on a 30-minute call and talk to me about why your debt is so overwhelming and how to get out of it, we can do that. And if you are struggling in your business, just reach out. I can help you. I can take a look. You know, the problem with most business folks, and I can say this because I've done it myself, is that we look at our businesses through a set of glasses that I used to call them rose-colored glasses, and we don't really see what's going on inside the business. So I would encourage you. Hey. It's a complimentary consultation. You got 30 minutes. You can bounce things off me, and we can go from there and figure out what we want to do from there. So this has just been actually, I've been off of Facebook for a while. I am really kind of disappointed with their politics, and they should not be political. This should be an open forum, and except for profanity and children and things like that. somebody should be able to get on here and say what they think, and they should have real fact checkers, not some of these fake fact checkers that they have. And I'll probably get in trouble for that one. That's okay. I've been banned before, and I'm not overly concerned about that. There are other platforms out there, and I will be moving to some of those other platforms with some of my stuff. So mainly because you will see that whenever Facebook gets an idea of what they want to do and who they want to be, they will come after people of faith. They will come after conservatives. They will come after people they don't agree with. So I believe their protections should be made to go away. Anyway, that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. That's where I'm going with that. So anyway, if you have a question, you have a comment, don't hesitate to ask. Don't hesitate to reach out. I know that these are trying times. The economy is coming back in Florida. If you live anywhere but Florida, and some of there's a couple states around where things are coming back a little bit better, but Florida is wide open. We have not had some of the crazy things that the news has said. We have a great governor here. We have great state government. We do have an incompetent Department of Agriculture lady who has fought. Basically what she did is she made the whole thing political rather than to look at the science and follow the science and stuff like that. She just went with what her party told her to do. And she is, it's going to be funny if she does run for governor. She's talking about it. And it's really going to be funny because she's made some comments that are just insane. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on here in my personal life. My wife is a dental hygienist, and she's a damn good one. And she has people follow her. They move from offices, and I know her company doesn't particularly care for that, but they do because she's good at her job. She's friendly, and she takes care of her patients. So through this craziness, I don't know how many times my wife has had her office shut down, and she's had to go and scramble and try and find a rapid test to determine whether or not she is COVID positive because somebody somewhere came into the office or one of the employees tested positive. They got the sniffles. They went and got tested with a rapid test that, quite frankly, the last I heard, and I'm assuming that what I'm telling you is true here, but it has about a 40% accuracy rate. That could be wrong. I will admit that, but that was the last I heard. And I also know they are. I've heard that they're still doing the quad test, so they do 4 people all at once because the test is expensive, and so what they're supposed to do if anybody tests positive out of that quad, they're supposed to retest everybody individually, but that's expensive. The smart thing would be to test them individually to begin with, but you know how that goes. Anyway, so long story short, a whole bunch of them turned out tested positive and everything else. Well, they're all vaccinated. If they're all vaccinated, why do you need to quarantine? Well, you don't. The CDC guidelines just changed. However, you know, the CDC in their arrogance doesn't disseminate information very well. And when it is disseminated, it's kind of sketchy as to who gets it, when they get it, and how they get it. So, you know, I was very disappointed in the way it was handled and stressed my wife out. She's fully vaccinated, which is a smart thing for her job. There's exposure there. She's in people's mouths all day. You know, one of the dirtiest places on your body because most of you don't brush your teeth or floss the way you're supposed to. So, and I have to say that. So anyway, so it is still negatively impacting our business. Okay. So that was Thursday afternoon. They lost all day Thursday, all day Friday. She missed out on 2 events because the rapid testing place told her she had to quarantine for 10 days. Well, I refused to quarantine. Okay. I refused to do it. I don't have COVID. I don't have any symptoms. I don't have any. I'm not going to quarantine. You're not going to make me do it. Okay. And so we decided Sunday morning before church that we were going to go get her tested again, try to get a rapid test. So we went to Tampa General Hospital urgent care, and the doctor in there provided us with the CDC guidelines, everything that we did. She did a test. It wasn't a rapid test. It was one of those that, takes 2 or 3 days to get the results, and which will be a more accurate test, and will probably show that, hey, she's vaccinated, so there's something there, but she doesn't have COVID, and that's what we're waiting for. But I have to applaud the company my wife works for, because they had a conference call this morning. We sent all the information in there because Rita wanted to go to work. I mean, she's ready to go to work this morning. They told her, no, you can't go to work. So they had a conference call after they took the information that was given to them. They looked at it, they researched it, they found out that yes, in fact, the CDC guidelines, there's going to be no more rapid testing. There's going to be no more of that. Shut down the office because of somebody came back positive, if everybody else in the office is fully vaccinated. So wise move on Smile Design's part, and they need to move forward. And in my opinion, somebody should be paying for that. I have my idea who should be paying for that. I think that Dr. Fauci should be paying for every dime of it, but that's just my personal opinion. I think the guy lied to us, and I think he created undue stress and everything else on the rest of us. And what he did, I believe, is criminal. These are my beliefs. These are my thoughts. So Facebook, I'm not putting them out there as facts, but I'm telling you, I believe that, and that's part of my fun, guys, because I can say that, and I know they'll think about shutting me down. That's okay. They can do whatever they want. So anyway, this has been Sam McEwen. I'm coming to you from the lovely city of Tampa. Actually, I'm in West Chase. We're kind of out of the main flow of the crazies down in Tampa, but it is a nice place to live. I really, truly enjoy living here. And if y'all are in the area, hit me up on Facebook or somewhere and say, hey, I'm in the area. Show me the best beaches to go to. Show me where to go. Show me what to do. And this beach that's behind me, that is a picture that I took on one of our first sunsets out at Honeymoon Island in Dunedin off the causeway. Caught my first snook there, and some of the best fish you'll ever eat is snook. Anyway, and it's my happy place. So once again, if you are remotely interested, check the podcast out. Let me know what you think. And if you need some help with your personal finances, business finances, communication areas, maybe you want to work on your communication with your staff. You want to run through the DISC communication styles. We can do that, but schedule 30 minutes complimentary on my calendar there that's in the comments, and we'll get moving forward. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. This has been Sam McEwen. Live intentionally and be very, very blessed, my friends.